My name is Molly Cashion, and I'm the Senior Program Manager for the Sustainability Teachers Academies at the College of Global Futures. So I've been working for the past 8 years with schools and school districts nationwide with the Sustainability Teachers Academies to incorporate sustainability into both classrooms and communities. So one of the ways that we've been able to do this is through a program that was started a couple of years ago called the Sustainability Learning Labs. And one great example of this is our work with South Florida. So we had actually, she was initially an alumna of the very first National Sustainability Teachers Academy, and we maintained a relationship with her. So when she got this really large grant to implement food forests in Broward County schools, she contacted us because she was looking for expertise in professional development in sustainability education. So my team was able to work with her to create some really relevant and meaningful professional development for the teachers of Broward County. And this ended up kind of expanding into another school district, and we ended up working with the University of Miami and the Gulf Coast University in order to implement some of these sustainability education principles and practices with the food forest in South Florida. So one of the advantages of being both a student and an employee of ASU is that I get to put my studies into practice at work. So one of the things that I did for my doctoral research is I created a fellowship program called the Futures Fellowship that was underpinned by critical theory and critical pedagogy, and I implemented it at work with the Sustainability Teachers Academies. We just completed the second cohort of the Futures Fellowship. So last summer we had 10 fellows from around the United States come here to Tempe, Arizona to learn about sustainability education and more specifically to be grounded in their own practice and theories behind the way they want the future of education to be. We then worked with them to create a professional development that addressed something that was specific to their community and involved some sustainability aspects. So for example, we had one fellow that was from Hawaii, and she, in her community, she has a lot of Micronesian population who have been coming to Hawaii because they are climate refugees. So she wanted to address some of the concerns that she was seeing in the classroom because of the high levels of anxiety and also some of the emergent racism that she was seeing within the community. So she was able to work with us to develop a professional development for her peers and her colleagues on how to bring in trauma-informed care when working with these climate refugee students in Hawaii. I think this is a great example of how the approach of the fellowship program can really work with teachers to support their expertise and then provide them with more skills to solve real-world problems in their own classrooms and communities. I think one of the biggest things that we can do for transforming educational systems is really give freedom to the teachers. They've gone to school, they understand their classrooms, they understand the context and the community. They bring a lot of expertise to the work that they do. And so I think that providing them with the freedom and the skills to be able to take that into career advancement is going to have a lot of effect on the systems of education. We all know that teachers are overworked, underpaid, and commonly undervalued in the education system. I think that's one of the most significant problems that I've faced in working with teachers in schools is making sure that teachers recognize their own value and making sure that I'm recognizing that value as well and putting it at the forefront of what we do. That was some of the inspiration for creating the Futures Fellowship. Along with building skills through the fellowship, the teachers also get a pretty nice stipend. They get $2,000 for the year to work with us and to implement these professional developments in their own communities. One of the biggest challenges that I've noticed for teachers is they don't have time. They don't have time to implement more with sustainability because they already have a lot of other things on their plate. Teachers commonly have to have both content expertise and behavioral management expertise. Their plates are very full. So one of the ways that we've tried to work with that is by working with the teachers more directly to understand where sustainability fits into the curriculum and how it naturally connects with some of the standards, both locally and nationally. So I worked in sustainability education for almost 10 years. And when I think back to what inspired me to go into sustainability education, 11 years ago, I was working at an environmental law firm in Birmingham, Alabama. And I started seeing the ways that a lot of these, now I know, systems of oppression affect and disproportionately affect historically marginalized communities, and how, I want to say, entrenched in their ways a lot of adults are. And I just felt very disheartened. And so when I started looking into education, I really see education as the long-term solution for some of our global crisis when it comes to sustainability and climate change. And it felt like a way that I could be involved. I'm also very social, for those of you that know me. And so it was a way to kind of put my people skills to use. And I love people and I love interacting with people. So education felt like a really natural fit for me. And it also helped me to use my skills and my passions to, I don't know, make a better place. The relationships that we have are very unsustainable. The relationships that we have with each other, the relationships that we have with our teachers, with other students, with youth, these have been kind of defined by the systems that have created unsustainability and the systems that have created injustices. And I think that reimagining these relationships that we have with ourselves and each other and the world around us can really provide us insight into how to create the future that we want to live. I think it's really important in both sustainability and education to analyze and engage with some of these overarching systems that affect us, because ultimately, education is about understanding these systems and understanding the ways that we can work within the systems or change the systems to create the world we want to live in. Sustainability education is the long-term solution for our global crisis. I think my vision for sustainability education in classrooms within K through 12 schools is that it's well integrated into the curriculum and also in the way that the school does things. So I would love to see schools have a culture of sustainability so that students not only know about the content and the context of sustainability issues, but they have the skills to create action and to drive change for a more sustainable future. I think there are a lot of challenges for sustainability education. I think that, there are some pretty obvious problems with the education system. And one of those problems is that we continue to repeat systems that have brought us to unsustainability. So I think one of the opportunities that we have with sustainability education is reimagining the relationships that we have with ourselves, with each other, and with the world around us to really shake up those systems and question why things have become the way they are so that we can envision an even better and brighter future.